Something changed forever in Silo episode 6. Juliette finally has her memory back, but instead of getting answer, she discovered an even bigger mystery. Someone has been manipulating the people inside the Silo for years, and now the truth is starting to break through. Meanwhile, Billings uncover a clue that could expose an entirely new conspiracy, while the story in the past take another shocking turn that changed everything we thought we knew. Today's episode was not packed with non-stop action, but it quietly planted clues that could completely reshape the ending of season 3. So let's break down every important movement, the hidden details you may have missed, and what it all means for the future of Silo. Before we jump into episode 6, here is a quick reminder. In the previous episode, Juliette finally recovered the memory that had been erased from her mind. She remembered the real purpose behind the safeguard system and realized that the people controlling the silo have been hiding the truth for generations. Bernard, Sims, Walker, and the other also learned the time that's running out because one wrong move could activate the AI's deadly protocol. Now episode 6 picks up with everyone racing against time. The biggest victory in this episode is simple. Juliette is finally herself again. For several episodes she was confused, unsure of her own past, and constantly questioning what was real. Now her confidence have returned, and that completely changed the balance of power. Instead of reacting to events, she starts taking control again. You can immediately feel the difference in her conversation. She trusts her intents, challenged the people around her, and began connecting clues that never made sense before. That's why episode 6 feels like the beginning of the endgame rather than another mystery episode. Fans also celebrate Juliette's return, with many calling it the movement OG Juliette comeback. While Juliette focuses on the bigger picture, Billings follows another trail. At first it looked like a normal investigation, but every clue leads towards something much bigger. The writers are reminding us that the conspiracy inside the silo is not just about one secret room or hidden document. It's an entire system. Billings slowly realized that people have been lied to for generations, and every answer creates two more questions. This storyline may not seem exclusive right now, but it could become one of the biggest storylines before the season finale. The official episode synopsis even highlights Billings and Hank uncovering a new mystery. The flashback continues showing us life before the silos existed. Daniel and Helen are still trying to understand what is really happening around them. At first, it seems like they are simply trying to survive. But every conversation reveals that powerful people were planning something much bigger than anyone imagined. The world was not destroyed overnight. It was controlled step by step. These scenes also explain why information becomes so dangerous. If ordinary people learned the truth too early, the entire plan could collapse. That's why secrets become most valuable weapon. Some viewers felt these scenes move slowly, but they clearly exist to explain how the world eventually became the silo system we know today. One of the scariest parts of the season is that the real villain is not a single person. It's the system itself. Even when human leaders disagree, they are still trapped by rules created long before they were born. That means Bernard, Sims, and everyone else are fighting an enemy they can barely understand. The AI does not think emotionally. It also follows the programming, and that's why what makes it so dangerous. Juliette now realizes defeating one leader won't solve the problem. She has to challenge the entire system. Robert Sims continued to surprise everyone this season. Earlier, he looked like a loyal servant of the system. Now he is becoming far more complicated. He is forced to question everything he once believed. Instead of acting like a simple villain, Sims is becoming someone caged between loyalty and survival. Many fans are praised this character development because it adds emotional weight to every decision he makes. So far, we have seen Juliette regain control, Billing uncover another mystery, and the past reveal even more about the birth of Silo's system. But the biggest twist happened near the end of the episode. As episode 6 reaches its final act, the tension rises without needing huge action scene. Every major character now understands that there is not much time left. Juliette realizes that simply exposing the truth won't be enough. The system controlling the silo has survived for generations because it was designed to protect itself, even safeguard Hess and another safeguard behind it. That is what makes this story so terrifying. The enemy is not just one person, it's decades of planning, hidden protocols, and an AI that believe it is saving humanity. This is the moment Juliet changes her strategy. Instead of asking who is responsible, she starts asking how do we stop the entire system. That small shift in thinking could decide the fate of every silo. Bernard has always believed that following the order was the only way to keep people alive. But episode 6 shows cracks in that belief. For the first time, he begins to realize that the people who created the system may not have cared about freedom at all. Their priority was control. Now Bernard is trapped. If he obeys the system, innocent people could suffer. If he rebels, he risks destroying the only world the survivors have ever known. This moral conflict is what makes Bernard such an interesting character. He is not a traditional hero or villain anymore. He is a man trying to choose between terrible options. One reason Silo is so popular is because almost every episode hides small clues. Here are a few details for episode 6. Juliette pays much closer attention to old symbols and forgotten technology than before. This shows her memories are fully restored. Billing continues questioning official records instead of accepting them. That suggests he will become one of the Juliette's strongest allies. Several conversations hint that there are still important secrets inside Silo 1 that have not been revealed. The flashback storyline keeps connecting directly to the present, proving that every scene from the past has a purpose. None of these movements seems huge on their own, but together they have built foundation for the final episode of the season. Let's talk about the ending. The ending is not about a giant cliffhanger. Instead, it changed the direction of the entire story. Juliet now knows that exposing the truth is only the first step. Even if everyone inside her silo learns what really happened, the AI and the larger network controlling the silo could still carry out their mission. That means the fight is no longer about surviving inside one silo. It's about saving every remaining silo. The final scene also makes it clear that multiple characters are finally working toward the same goal, even if they don't completely trust each other. For the first time this season, there is a hope, but it's fragile. One mistake could activate the safeguard protocol and undo everything that have fought for. Now let's look ahead for episode 7 prediction. Juliet is no longer reacting to events. She is likely become the leader of the resistance and start putting together a real plan against the AI. Billing is getting closer to uncovering the conspiracy. Once he sees the full picture, he will probably stand beside Juliet instead of following old rules. Bernard may have to betray either the order or the people he is trying to protect. Whatever he chooses will have huge consequences. Season 3 has been slowly building toward revealing what really happened inside Silo 1. Episode 7 could finally answer some of the biggest questions fans have been asking since Season 1. With only a few episodes left, the writer may raise the stakes by killing an important character. That would prove nobody is truly safe heading into the finale. Episode 6 is not the loudest episode of the season, but it may be one of the most important. It strengthens Juliet's role as the story true leader, pushes Bernard closer to breaking point, gives Bills an even bigger mystery to solve, and reminds us that the greatest threat is not one person. It's the entire system built to control humanity. Everything now points toward an explosive final stretch of Silo Season 3, where long hidden secrets are finally ready to come into the light. If the series continue building momentum like this, episodes 7 and 8 could become some of the biggest episodes in the show's history. If you enjoyed this breakdown, don't forget to like the video, subscribe to Screen Champ with Azhar, and turn on notification bell so you never miss the latest update and other movie and TV series breakdown. What did you think about episode 6? Do you trust Bernard or do you think Juliet is the only one who can save the Silos? Let me know your theories in the comment. Thanks for watching and I will see you in the next breakdown.